Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. What do they say? Trump is sweating. Trump is sweating. Because this whole list thing is not going to go away. I don't even understand how that keeps doing that. Yeah, this is not going to go away under any circumstances. It's just not going to go away. He has to answer the questions. Hey, Juicy, good afternoon, beautiful. Hey, Smiley, good afternoon, beautiful. But it's not going away. And I told you, I said this earlier, the best way to keep the pressure on Trump is to not stop. You don't stop talking about it. You don't stop talking about it. It doesn't go away because it shouldn't. You're talking about children. Hey, Sinopa, good afternoon, beautiful. You're talking about children, you know? So we shouldn't stop talking about it. Because guess what? If the tables were turned, conservatives wouldn't stop talking about it. They talk about conspiracy theories more than they talk about the truth. So, hey, we need to talk about it. And I was reading, hey, Tony, hey, beautiful. I was reading conservative message boards today. And they are saying outright, like, this is what I saw some of them say. We know there's not an actual, like, physical, like, list, right? That's how they say it. But we want the files. We want to look at the stuff for ourselves. Hey, Miss Thompson, I had a beautiful day. It's hot. What they say is hotter than a jalapeno's coochie out there. But otherwise, good. How was your day? But I'm telling y'all, this ain't going away. MAGA wants the information. And so now they're looking at Trump going, wait a minute. Maybe he isn't who we thought he thought he was. He never was. But now they're finding out the hard way. I just find this hilarious. All of it's so funny. It's like, hold up, this is where you draw the line. All the other ratchet stuff that Trump has done up to this point. But this is the point in which they actually say, okay, a line has been crossed. Now I don't think I can support this movement anymore. Huh? Okay. All right. Thank you all for joining me this afternoon. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much. I hope you had a beautiful and great day. What question did you ask? I didn't even see it. But since you want to be so outward about it, I have to block you because I don't like when people talk to me like that. Bye. I don't do that. Where they do? Look, what they say, where they do that at? Not in this live. I didn't even see your question. But okay. Bye, beloved. I'm like, Yeah, they won it because they thought Democrats was in the foul. But I'm telling you, the comments I'm reading now are, all of these people told us what they were going to do when they got Trump back in office. All of them say, hey, they said that they were going to reveal this information. And now they're like, now these same people say there's no information. They're like, nah, we're not riding with that. Because again, it goes back to, in order for them to believe that, they would have to dismiss everything they've believed all this time. And they're not willing to do that. Because then they feel like somebody playing in their face. That's how I feel. I feel like they feel like somebody playing in their face at that point. So now it's the line has been crossed now. Thank you so much, Chanel. I greatly appreciate your support. Thank you so much, beautiful. Do you think the Supreme Court justice... I wouldn't be surprised, but I do think the Supreme Court is compromised, as is evident with the Supreme Court. Think about it like this. The Supreme Court said that Joe Biden couldn't give you student loan relief, but said that Trump could go around Congress and reorganize government completely. That the executive essentially could do whatever they wanted to do. Now the executive can't. Wait a minute. When Joe Biden was president, y'all said he couldn't do that type of stuff without going through Congress. But you can apparently fire a whole bunch of people, reorganize government, make government less effective, all those things, and make all these other changes to government without Congress, and it's perfectly legal. According to the court, anyway. That's what the court says. That's the stuff where I go, they're talking out of both sides of their faces with that. The Supreme Court is talking out of both sides of their faces. They didn't want you to be relieved of your student loan relief because then that puts money in your pocket. That gives you hope. They didn't want that. Yeah, you're right, Josh. It's a straight dumpster fire right now. Straight dumpster. But we want those files. The bottom line is this. We want those files. Hey, how you doing, American Conservative? Thank you for joining. Corruption is corruption. That's true. And that's what we're seeing right now. But I'm like, we deserve answers. What you can't do is campaign on releasing the information. Multiple people in your cabinet, they talk about it before you get in office. They talk about it once you get in office. They talk about once they get the jobs, all the information they've seen and all the stuff that they've done, right? Oh, okay. Listen, I told y'all, I even allow conservatives in here. I just don't allow disruption. There's no disruption yet. So we good. Sanopa Silva, my last account was... Hold up. So you got blocked, Sanopa? Your last account? I just saw you in here. Oh, okay. I'm about to say, hold up. Oh, she's talking to you. That person's talking to you. Okay. Up or I gotta go. Okay. Well, let me help you. Bye. The fuck? I gotta come up or I gotta leave. Bye. Like, what? What are we doing? Where do we do that? What circles do we do that at? Tony, the only joining that you're going to do is that group of individuals that has already been blocked, Tony. Good day. Good day, sir. Good day. And another one. I tell you, you come to my live, you play stupid games, you're going to win stupid prizes. I guarantee it. I'm with the shits. What they say, I got time. If y'all got time. Oh, yeah. No, that's good Photoshop because that's how Trump is sweating. In his on top and on the bottom. Listen. That's how he's sweating right now. Because he wants y'all to stop talking about this fucking list. He's like, enough. Stop talking about this list. I know I told you I was going to release it. I lied to you. See, what he wants to say is, I lied to you. I've lied to you all the other times and you knew I was lying and you were okay with it. Why aren't you okay with me lying now? That's what he want to say. I love you too, Sanopa. That's what he wants to say. But he ain't saying that. But he want to say it. That's what he wants to say. Okay? I guarantee it. Because that's what I would say. You let me lie to you all this time. Now you upset? This is the shit that makes you angry? You can't be serious. Yes, this pic makes me so happy, Joseph. You know what else makes me happy? Booting bots. Bye. See you next time. Don't forget to write. They crashing out again, crashing out. I'm like, goodness, well, you really gonna crash out now? Oh, let me find it. Hold up. Let me find the one I'm looking for, because we want to get up close and personal with those. So, because I don't want to stand in the way of y'all seeing exactly what those ankles and those legs look like. You know, because I don't want nobody to accuse me of fake news. Chill. This crash out is beautiful, isn't it, Tammy? It's beautiful to watch MAGA try to figure it out. I'm telling you. Because at this point, they're like, nah, you're not going to lie in our face. We've accepted the other lies. We won't accept it this time. Why won't you give us the stuff you said you were going to give us? Because you told us our enemies were in there. That's what you told us. So we want to see it for ourselves. And that's essentially what MAGA is saying. We want to see it for ourselves. So until Trump and the Justice Department gives up that information, people are going to continue to talk about it. They just want to see who is doing what they are doing. Who? You mean people? I say people want to see exactly what Trump claimed everybody else was doing, that he wasn't doing more than anything. Anyone read Truth Social? Donald Trump called his supporters weaklings and he didn't need them. Oh, let me read. We now know that MAGA, I want the people on the list to invest. I agree. I agree. But we're not going to get there until they release the information. Because the question, again, the problem that Trump did and Republicans, they backed themselves into the corner again. Here we go. The dog caught the car again. There have been so many self-owns, okay? But the dog caught the car again. And in catching the car again, now it's like, oh shit, we told these people all these lies. Now we're in charge. There's nobody stopping us from sharing this information. What excuse do we give them for not sharing it? Because we walked them all the way to the line and then we left them there. That shit not going to fly. That's not going to fly when you've had people invested in it. You've had people that they sit online all day and say, wait, you just wait until Trump comes back. When Trump comes back, he's going to release the tapes and the list and the evidence. And y'all going to see how evil the Democrats are. Then Trump comes back and doesn't do any of that. Trump comes back and then won't release the list. Hey, Jess. Hey, beautiful. He will not release the list. They won't even release some of the other stuff. The stuff that they did give to people was stuff that was already out there. Pam Bondi, we're asking you, where is part 2 of that binder? Oh, Republicans are the problem. Because Republicans won't release the list, Jonathan. Don't you want the list? Don't you, beloved? I want the list. I want the list. Please, you've been bliggity blocked by Jonathan. See? I'm a poet and I didn't even know it. See? Oh, Jonathan's gone. Yeah, he's gone. Oh, now somebody says I'm so ignorant. You know what's funny about that? Nobody can see that comment because TikTok blocked it. I'm smart enough to know certain trigger words will get your comments automatically going through the filter and nobody will see it. Like, gosh. Like, oh my gosh, you're so mad at me. Like, oh my goodness. Would they say, oh my God, Becky, look at those cankles. They're so big. Oh my God, they're huge. Oh my God. They're all mad with me. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you, W. Listen, I'm like, we're having fun, but we're also learning about stuff. We're also learning about stuff. I wish this picture, I could see Melania's legs in the picture too, so we can see that stark contrast. It's like chicken before they pumped it full of steroids and chicken after. You know? Yeah. Again, I'm waiting for the White House to explain this. That's what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for the or maybe they never will, because I don't watch those damn press conferences. Y'all know me, I don't like Caroline no lip having Linda Levitt. I can't stand her, so I don't watch those press conferences, because all she's going to do is tell tales any day. Man, he doing more than breaking bread. Listen. What somebody say yesterday? He got them trotters, y'all. Listen. You take those foots out of them shoes, it's going to look like smoked meats. Okay? Stop playing with me. He popped them shoes off in the beach. Melania will be like, I smell ham in here. Did someone have ham in here? No, Melania. He took his shoes off, beloved. He took off his shoes. I'm like, please. Yep, lie after lie at those conferences, man. Again, the chickens have come home to roost. Oh, he walks. That's why he walks the way he does. That's why he walks the way he does. I'm telling you, those ankles are so wide, they almost look like boots. You know, like the little boots that go up and go like that? Literally, that's how it looks around there. No, that's fluid. That's fluid. It's like there is no ankle. It's like leg and foot. You know what I mean? It's like nothing else. It's just leg and foot, you know. And we've all seen legs like that before. Oh, we've all seen legs like that. Not falling upstairs, dude. Oh, years of that, it could be. Good afternoon, Wendy. How you doing, beautiful? Yeah, so when I saw this, I'm looking at this going, yeah. He's 79. You're right, Gummy Bear. Yeah, you're younger than 79, but you don't know, can't nobody else see your comment but me, and I blocked you anyway. What do they say in that commercial? Gotta be quicker than that. Come on, man. Come on, man. Damn, I blocked the other account. Goodness gracious. Oh, them shoes gotta go in this trash. Them shoes all stretched out. Them shoes got to go in the trash. They all stretched out. Do you understand? Do you understand? Okay. Those are done. Those are done. Those are the Grifters 3000s. Listen. Listen, those are done. Oh, Willie, are you upset too? You know this is another bot account. I'm booting that one too, beloved. Damn, son. You would think you would be tired. And Mark, guess what? Yes, I am doing the name calling and body shaming. I learned it by watching you conservatives. You've been blocked too, beloved. Bye. Damn, all this crying in here. That is Trump. That is Trump. He don't have much longer legs when he's sitting down. And when they're full of fluid, they certainly look shorter. Don't be mad at me. All these conservative tears, you can get them in this cup in my store. Link in bio. Perfect segue. Thank you so much, conservatives. Thank you. Jesus. That's the next cup. I'm going to put a title on it that says Conservative Tears. Yep. That mug is going to sell out. I guarantee it. Because goodness gracious. What they say, goodness gracious. Yet Trump talks about everybody, but they get so sensitive when I say something. Hey, Kier, hey. They get so sensitive when I say something. Those legs are full of fluid. They are full of fluid. I tell you, I told y'all, ham and biscuits. Exactly, Dill. That's why I'm like, Dilly, I don't understand. They mad with me. First, I got to stop again. Thank you all for so much for joining me this afternoon. Thank you for all of the gifts. I appreciate that. But I appreciate the most your time. Because what I tell you, your time is the most important thing you have. You can't get it back when you spend it, right? It's just gone. So I appreciate that. So thank you so much. Okay? That's right. Second thing, I want to say, tap that like button and tap that share button. And with share, copy link counts as a share. Even if you don't send it to anybody, that still counts as a share. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. But I'm like, man, Trump talks about everybody. I told y'all that's why I want Gavin Newsom to run for president. Because he got the energy that I'm looking for. Him or Pete Buttigieg. Because Pete Buttigieg is a petty Betty too. And so am I. Yeah. So we need somebody that's going to match that energy. And knows how to talk to the other side. And be unapologetic about being a liberal. Be unapologetic about being a socialist. Because newsflash, 99.9% of Americans are socialists. Even if you think you're not a socialist, you are. If your first job was going into the military, you're a socialist. If you still get veterans benefits, you're a socialist. If you go to the VA, you're a socialist. Yeah. What else? If you want special allowances for the fact that you might have a disability or something else, you're a socialist. Because that's equality. Conservatives don't believe in equality. You see? This is what I'm trying to get people to understand. If you're a small family farm, you're a socialist. Yeah. If you're a small family farm, you are a socialist. Why? Because you get taxpayer money. Thank you all for coming back. Ooh, look, I'm having a flash right now. So I got my little fan right here. I'm like, Jesus. If it wasn't for Trump and his damn tariffs, I'd order another one from Temu. You know, Temu has some great little gadgets. Yeah, edema in the feet is not a good thing. Hey, Cindy, good afternoon, beautiful. Thank you all for the shares, the likes, everything, the gifts, everything. I was saying that even in the last live before I had to disconnect it to restart because of whatever that was. I'm not sure what that was. So, you know. And listen, you know how I know that I'm doing something good too, but I'm also ruffling feathers? On my YouTube today, I got my first copyright strike for one of my podcasts. And the funny thing was, I put in a dispute for it, because I'm like, the music I'm using in it is from the platform that I use to edit my podcast and record them, and it's royalty-free, license-free stuff. So yeah, I said, child, people love to play games, you know. I'm like, we not doing that. Yeah, we're not doing that. I'm very mindful of what I put inside of those recordings. So I was just like, yeah, whatever. So, you know, and the YouTube system said it could have been an automatic computer system that did it, you know, put it in or something like that. It was a copyright notification. That's what it was. It was a copyright notification. So I put in a dispute for it to say, no, ma'am, no, sir. I know for a fact, because I know because they said exactly what the song was. Well, I know where I got it from. I got it from off of the Riverside platform that I use, and that is license-free, royalty-free music that can be used. Because when I wanted music, because in the beginning, when I first was doing podcasts, I didn't have any music in the podcast to start and end it. And then I started using the music that they have in there, which is very basic. So I was like, don't try it with me. Oh, they tried the stuff with photography, but I don't put any photography in the podcast. Fuck your chill. So that's not a strike that can even happen. You see? So that's why I'm just like, yeah. But YouTube system did say it could have been an automatic computer system, like a computer system that put in the notice. Yeah, or I get you, it's the same concept. Yeah. But the funny thing is this. This is what's so interesting. Corporations use those systems and computers to keep us, you know, keep us under their thumb. But they'll see something that you create that they like, and they'll steal your shit and go make more of it, and then dare you to sue them because they know you don't have the money to fight their ass. You know what I mean? Because that's what the hell they do. That's what the hell they do. Shit. The people were doing that all the time. They would go and sit on Etsy, find people's original designs and stuff that they're selling. And they would put prints and stuff and be selling that shit on Temu and all these other places. Because I would see this stuff online and I'd be like, damn, somebody sold their design for that? No, they stole it. That's what people do. Corporations do it all the time. We just don't have the resources that they have, you know, to be able to, you know, fight them in the way that they fight us for stuff. That's the only big inherent difference. But they steal from us all the time. They steal from us all the time. Wow, somebody put up, this lady says she's collected 97 application fees, $45 each for an apartment rental. That's $4,365 in passive income. She says, I'm not even renting out an apartment. Child. Only in America. Only in America. Only in America. She don't even have an apartment for rent. That's crazy. Now, remember we talked about the Supreme Court earlier today? Well, there's a new report, and it's saying that Justice Roberts, actually praised Trump in crisis talk with judges. Like I tell you, that court is very funny acting. Only thing Roberts cares about is how he looks at the end of what he's saying, you know? But they saying that he praised Trump at a secret meeting held with judges to hear concerns that the MAGA president could spark a constitutional crisis. Roberts made the comments during the high-level talks on March 11th at the Judicial Conference of the United States. Said federal judges who blocked Trump's efforts to deport people, let's get on that. But Roberts pushed back on the idea, according to the memorandum, and spoke to Trump in complimentary terms. Chief Justice Roberts expressed hope that would not happen, and in turn, no constitutional crisis would materialize. So basically, in a nutshell, Roberts is saying, oh, no. I hope that Trump won't do bad things, because then we won't go into a constitutional crisis, because I don't think he will, because he won't do bad things. See, that's that bullshit. See, that's how they justify continuing to move the line. You see? But they wouldn't let Joe Biden forgive your student loan debt. You better not forget that shit. This is why elections are important. Because when you don't pay attention, the people that you elect end up picking those judges and justices. And they have an impact on all of our lives. So when you don't get your ass to the polls and you don't vote in your local elections, because your local elections are important because they shape how your voting is done on the local level. Remember, elections are local. We do choose some of them. We choose some judges on the local level, but you technically choose your justices too. You choose your justices by the presidents and the Congress that you choose. That is ultimately how you choose your justices. Judges have lifetime appointments, and so that's a very important situation. And it's hard. It's a judge has to be pretty egregious to be removed as a judge. You know what I'm saying? Very egregious. It's not like the rest of us. They're treated on God status. But they're humans, just like the rest of us. And we were always been fed the lie that they have the ability to be impartial. Well, conservative judges are showing you that's not true. This is why conservatives always hated when Democrats would take stuff to court. And they always would make the statement when a liberal judge made a decision they didn't like. They own the judges. The judges are doing the things liberals want. You know why? Because that's how conservatives expect conservative judges to behave. They're telling you. They project to tell you what it is. I know you didn't choose the dumpster fire, but nerd alert, unfortunately, the people who didn't vote chose the dumpster fire, and the people who voted for Trump and them again chose the dumpster fire. And many of them are trying to say they didn't know. See, I'm that person won't let them get away with that. I'm the person that won't let them. I'm not going to let you say you didn't know Trump was trash. Because you knew it. You just didn't give a shit. Right. That's why Congress would not let Obama appoint another liberal justice. They knew the impacts. They knew the impacts of having another liberal justice on that court. And they wanted to make sure that the next president, a conservative, could pack that fucking court. And that's what they did. That's what they did. Oh, you had to stop being friends. But see, that makes sense to me. See, people say, in the past, people used to say, and I would understand to a certain degree, that you don't stop being friends with somebody because of politics. That was true until Trumpism came along. Once Trumpism came along, that changed everything. Now it's not just politics. It's politics, racism, misogyny, classism. It's a whole bunch of fucking things. It's a whole bunch of fucking things. Anti-Semitism, it's a lot of things. A lot of things. So I can't be friends with you and you support that. Get the fuck out of here. It's more than questioning somebody's morals. For me, it's questioning your morals, your character, everything. And I go, nah, I don't rock with people like that. Because I wasn't raised that way. And so I don't surround myself with people like that. I just don't. And if I was your friend today, doesn't mean I have to be your friend tomorrow. That's not what that means. That's not what that means. Like when I see people not talk to their family members no more, I agree with that. We're not just talking politics here. They're just treating people as they're not human beings, like they're animals. Locking them in cages, snatching them off the street just based on how they look. Nah, we not the same. So no, I can't rock with you. I can't be your friend. And I don't feel no sorrow for telling you that I can't be your friend and that I don't rock with you. It is what it is. You chose a side and I chose mine too. See, a lot of people don't want to say that. Why not? Because my thing is this. If you won't even stand up to the people you know, then that's a problem. I agree. Listen, I agree with you, Venezuelan official TikTok. What did they say? If Democrats are on the list, I don't care. I still want the list. Don't you want the list too because Democrats are on it? Don't you want it because Democrats are on it? I know I would want it, right? Because Trump said they were on it. So don't you want the list? I want the list. Hello? Are you there? Hello? Right. So don't you want the list? You're not answering my question. Don't you want the list? I want the list. So we can expose all of them. I want all of them to go to jail if they did it. All of them. Don't you want the list? Hello? What's taking so long? Hello? Goodbye. It don't take you that long to answer my question. That's, again, if those people were on it, Trump would have been put it out the first day. Trump can't stand Obama. Any opportunity to destroy Obama, Trump is there. You mean to tell me he wouldn't have released it? So then if Trump's not releasing it, why is it MAGA asking, why is Trump protecting Obama? Why is Trump protecting Hillary Clinton? Why is Trump protecting Bill Clinton? According to Trump, he said they were on the list, right? So why is he protecting them? Exactly. Exactly. I'm telling you, you say stuff like that, they go, they don't know how to process that. They don't know how to process that. What? Well, he's not putting it out because Joe Biden's standing in his way. And see, this is where you go. Joe Biden, I thought y'all said he was Sleepy Joe. Why don't y'all just wait for his ass to fall asleep and take the list back? See, that's how you do that. Because if Sleepy Joe is keeping you from the list, wouldn't that mean that Donald Trump is weak? And so if Donald Trump is weak, why did you vote for a weak-ass dude for president? Why'd you do that? That's how you have that conversation. I help them back themselves into a corner. They literally do it for me. I don't do it for them. I back them into a corner. Exactly, JDX. Who took the list? Where the list? That's why I say it's not hard to have this discussion with them. You just got to know how to have it, but it ain't as hard as it looks. Thank you, Nerd Alert. He be like, I'm here as promised because I have the list. I told you when I was running for president again that I was going to expose the swamp. So I have the list here and I'm going to read it off and expose all the bad people. But notice he not doing that. Notice he not doing that. Now he's like, what list? Why won't you shut up about Jeffrey Epstein? Why won't they be quiet about it? Why should they? JDX, you think they saying Joe's handlers got it? They can't get it from Joe's handlers? I thought Trump hired the toughest and most best people in the world. They can't get the list from those people? That's where I go, again, that's the conversations I have with them. Right, now it's a hoax. So when was it a hoax? It's bigger than I think? Is that big, JDX? It's so big that nobody knows all that stuff. Yeah, you want me to tell you how big it is? It ain't big enough for me and you in here. Bye. I can tell you it ain't big enough for that. Okay. That was cute though. You tried. I was seeing you. You tried. No, Trump ain't gonna even take out the other names first. I'm telling y'all. He's trying to make sure that shit never comes out. I'm telling you. It's a no-win situation for him. No win. Because think about it like this. Even if he put valid people's names out, those people are going to sue. And it's going to be discovery. And whatever redactions are made, guess what those people are going to find out during those redactions? The other names on that list. He's up against the wall, baby. Trump is up against the wall. He did it to himself. This is what happens when you, what would you say? You tell so many lies that nobody will believe you. The boy that cried wolf. Now the chickens have come home to roost. Trump got to get honest. He doesn't want to, though. That's why he's essentially saying to them, move on. And MAGA's like, no. MAGA's like, no, we're not moving on. Because you told us something, and not only you, that person did, and it was all over the internet, all over their news stations that they watch. They were fed this shit all day, every day for years leading up to the election, leading up to Trump being sworn in, Trump being in office. Where was the Biden admin? Who knows? But right now, Trump admin's in charge. And now you're flying up, up, and away out of my life. Bye. Trump is president. Focus. We're talking about fucking Trump. Okay? Trump. All right? Trump. Okay? Ham leg Trump. I want to know when he's going to release the list. Don't y'all want the list? Y'all wanted it before the election. Man, Epstein's going to not only live forever in Trump's brain, he's going to live forever in the brains of everybody else. I'm going to make sure I continue to talk about it. Anytime a conservative brings up something, hey, did we ever get that list? Watch him crash out. Hey, Joe Biden could have released the list. Yeah, but Trump, listen, Trump was president when Jeffrey Epstein was arrested, when he was no longer around. He's president again when it's time for that list to come out, and he still ain't releasing it. Some of them may learn and come back, fuck your chill, but can I be honest? I don't care if they learn at all. I'm not here to teach them. I explained that to people some time ago, that I don't believe in trying to coach everybody out of a dark place. Nope. Because sometimes people will pull you into dark places with them. Y'all better leave them people where they at. Zaid, I don't know why Biden didn't release it, but I know this. Why isn't Trump releasing it, Zad? So now that Trump is in office, shouldn't Trump release it? Let's focus on that, Zad. Don't we deserve to know? I want the list now. Don't you, Zad? Hello? Are you there? Hello? Are you there? Okay, so now I figure Zad had to go to the handbook. Okay, so I'm going to tell y'all what happens. When I say that to a conservative, this is what they do. They go to the hand, they go, she said that, why doesn't Trump release the list? I need a response. And they wait and they look, they go, but by that time I boot them. Yeah, exactly. Biden didn't. But it takes them time, because it blows their mind for me to say, okay, now Trump's in office. He should release the list, right? They're like, the fuck? Wait a minute. That wasn't how this was supposed to go. You were supposed to fight with me. No, I'm not fighting with you about it. I agree. So now shouldn't Trump release the list? Oh, listen. I read something earlier on Reddit where they were talking about, if you just look around in the multiple states, all the people, not all the people, but some people who are Republicans who happen to get caught up in things that are illegal. I'll say it like that. And it's kind of a running theme. And it makes you go, huh? I don't believe in coincidences. You understand? I don't believe in coincidences. So this is why when people work this hard to protect something, it's for a reason. Somebody even said earlier, I saw conservatives talking because somebody asked conservatives, like, what do y'all think about this? And a conservative said, I was told that they can't release this information because if they do, it could bring down governments. It could bring down the most powerful people in the world. And this person said, and I told them, so what? We want it anyway. If it means it's going to bring it all down, bring it all down. They're not going to get off of this. Good. Yep. Let it burn. Yeah, I agree. Again, Trump and Republicans did this to themselves. They sold a dream to these people. They sold this mess to these people. And these people now are like, no, I want the information. Yep. Exactly. Why can't it burn down? Why can't it reset? Why not? Because rich, you know why I can't? I'm going to tell you why I can't. What do I tell y'all all the time? Because rich people don't want to be one of us. They would do everything in their power to avoid it burning down. Because start at zero. My money don't mean nothing. All the stuff that I worked hard for doesn't mean anything. See, all of us, we got enough that we willing to lose it because we can get it back. You understand? None of us have so much that we couldn't get it back. But when you worth $50 billion and shit like that, oh, that hit a little different. That hit a little different. Because you understand, you got that 50 billion from a lot of different factors, but it certainly wasn't just because you worked hard. Exactly. It's to preserve their damn privilege. That's what it's about. Yeah, they don't want to reset. Right, because ultimately, because there are only a couple of ways to reset it. Burn it all down or infiltrate it and change it from the inside. That's what MAGA did. That's what the Tea Party did. That's what all of them have done. They just played the long game. That's all. But they infiltrated from the inside. Oh, you think it's an Epstein hoax? That's what, yeah, that's what they call it now. That's what conservatives call it now. I'm like, okay. What it wasn't a hoax when I got you, lovely for you, but it wasn't a hoax when Trump campaigned on it. You know what I mean? It was real when he campaigned on it. But all of a sudden now it's not real. All of a sudden there's no list. All of a sudden there's nothing to see here. But it was the biggest thing ever then. Oh yeah, it's multiple things at once, middle-aged priceless. It's a hoax. Barack Obama put it together. Bill Clinton's on the list. Hillary's on the list. Barack's on the list. There is no list. Joe Biden hid the list. Joe Biden put the list together. You understand? It's just 50 million things. 50 million things. And you're like, She's not, honestly, if I were her, I wouldn't talk right now. I would wait for Democrats to get in charge because I wouldn't trust Republicans. If she's a smart cookie, I wouldn't. If her lawyer should tell her, don't talk to those people. You can't trust them. Because even if they dangled in her face and said, listen, he'll pardon you and you'll get out, that don't mean they can't, trump up, no pun intended, some new charges and lock her ass up again. You understand? So I wouldn't cooperate with them. I would wait it out. I'm already locked up. Fuck it. I'm already locked up. Yeah, Reggie, it does show that Trump is lying. But again, we got here for one specific reason. Well, not one, many. When Trump first came about, one of the things that always stood out to me was mainstream media wouldn't say Trump was lying. Y'all remember that in the beginning? You knew he was lying. He was telling outright lies. But mainstream media wouldn't call it a lie. And I'm like, why not? Politicians lie all the fucking time. But nobody wants to call it a lie. We know it's a lie. But instead of calling it what it is, they want to lie to us. I don't need you to lie to me. But they lie to us because they want to keep you docile. They want to keep you obedient. That's why they lie to you. Because if they told you the truth, that we're up here making money hand over fist, we're creating generational wealth by being elected to Congress but not doing shit for you and your family, oh, you would go ham. And they know it. They know it. So now we got to distract you with all these culture wars, with all these people we need you to hate, all these initiatives we need you to hate. They're coming for your jobs. They're coming for your communities. You understand? You understand? That's what it turns into. Because those are the distractions that they throw at you, so you don't pay attention to knowing you haven't had a real raise in 20 years. $1 an hour is not a raise. I'm keeping it all the way $1. If your job gives you $1 raise, that's not a fucking raise. You still got to pay taxes. So you're not even getting no dollar. What the fuck you supposed to do with a whole $1? You want to give me a raise? Give me $5, $10, $15, $20 an hour. $50 more an hour. You understand where I'm coming from? But $1? Fuck I'm supposed to do with that? I'd rather take more vacation days. I'd rather you give me more vacation days. Because then I make sure I take every single one of them fucking vacation days every fucking year. You got 91 cents, Lori. That's a damn shame. And then rich people would say, I don't know why you're struggling. You don't know why I'm struggling. You gave me a fucking dollar raise. Like, what was I supposed to do with that? No, it ain't gonna buy no eggs. It ain't gonna buy nothing. You can't even buy a clue with $1 right now. Do you understand? It is very insulting, but they don't give a damn about insulting us. Wow, Nerd Alert say got less than $1 too. That shit ain't okay. They've normalized that for us. I'm going to tell you a story about something because you know I love to give story time, to give context to how things used to be, right? Now, back in, let me see, like 94, 95. Yeah, somewhere about in there. No. I would say 96. Yeah, somewhere about 96, right? Working in the job market. I remember I got my first job. I was making $10 an hour, right? Working part-time. Then that same company, I switched to full-time, right? And I got, I think it was a $2 per hour raise, right? This was then. This was in the 90s, okay? Right, that Clinton, a lot of that Clinton time and all that other stuff, right? So then I got another raise. I went from my first job making, it was only like 30-something a year, right? I didn't make a whole bunch of money, but living was affordable. So it wasn't a huge deal, right? My first apartment was $425 a month, all utilities included. See? So it wasn't a big deal. Things weren't crazy expensive. $25, car insurance. You understand? It wasn't expensive. It was a different time then, right? Eggs, I can get a carton of eggs less than $1 then, if I'm not mistaken. It might have been $1 or something, but I don't even know if eggs was that much shit. They were cheap, okay? Eggs was a cheap food, right? As I kept moving up, in less than 10 years, I had already doubled. It wasn't even 10 years. I had tripled my salary. In less than that, tripled it. Because it was so easy to get more money back in the day. It was nothing to move from one company to another and just pop and just get so much more money by hopping around. Because companies back then competed for talent. And the only way they could get talent, see, 89 cents for a dozen of medium eggs. Yeah, it was a different time then. But back then, if companies wanted talent, they had to lure you in with compensation. You couldn't get high value talent in without good fucking benefits and pay. Money wasn't enough. We liked flexibility. See, that's how y'all got all of this teleworking shit and remote jobs. Because people in the 90s, early 2000s, we wasn't playing no fucking games, especially with that tech sector, because the tech sector had a lot of money. So by proxy, we was all about getting our fucking money, which meant you could hop around as much as you wanted to and get your money. And by proxy, you getting raises all over the place. I remember I worked for this company. And I worked for them. We would get money all the fucking time. They would just be giving us money. Like giving us money. I told y'all, I went for an interview with this company. Because I had worked for another company. And they went out of business. They ran out of money, right? They was a startup company. So I went to interview for this other small business company. And I remember the lady asked me, she said, how much you want to make? And I remember saying, because I was desperate at the time, I just needed a job. So I was like, I'll take 35. And she was like, what? She said, up. Only interview in my life I ever had that. I kept throwing out numbers. She kept saying up and up. By the time the interview was over, the starting salary she offered me was, I think, 45 was the starting salary, right? I got to telework once a week. I got free refreshments and snacks in the kitchen every day. I had a flex schedule. I could come and go as I pleased as long as I worked my 8 hours, right? We got free lunches a lot. We got free dinners. We got bonuses. We got profit sharing. All this shit. In that span of time, I started at that company making 45. By the time I left, I was probably making, I was close to 100, but I left because they sold the company many years before. And I was like, I want more money. So bam, I bounced and went somewhere else and got an instant, like 30 grand pay bump. Then I left there and went another place, got another bump, about 15,000. I'm not playing. Now, then I went to another place that took a pay cut on purpose, but that was a strategic situation, right? Because that was more of a benefits thing. I was like, I can forego the money because the benefits are bomb. You understand? See, started at $10 after 18 years, $26. We should be making, America should have us at a point, man. That, like I said, rich people are fucking stingy. But let me tell y'all, from being a person that I negotiate hardcore with companies, when I'm looking for a job, I treat my talent like I'm a fucking free agent. I am my own agent, and I'm a fucking free agent. And the job market is the NBA or the NFL, the NHL, whatever it is. I don't treat my talent any different, than a Kobe or a Shaq or LeBron James, none of that shit. You understand? I don't treat my talent any different than that. I'm telling you, I'm cluing y'all in on a little game. I'm cluing you in on game. Because see, a part of it is people will pay you your worth if you're very clear about what you're worth, but you also exude that you're worth that. You understand? And like you're not taking anything less than that. Because you don't have to. You know what you understand what I'm saying? People will pay you your worth if you demand it. But if you take whatever they give you, well, they'll give you that too. Yep. They will give you that too. I'm one of those people, you can be a recruiter and call me. If they don't meet my base minimum, I'll tell them outright, nope, I have no interest in talking with them, no meeting with them. Don't submit my resume. Why not? They not paying enough. They not paying my hourly rate at a bare minimum. That's the starting discussion. Nope. So it's not worth my time. I already know they don't pay no money. So they need to go find somebody that's in their price range. It's really that fucking simple. Because guess what? If they wanted to keep their profits, they would fire my ass tomorrow, not give a shit about my family. So guess what? I'm going to make my family the highest fucking priority for any job when it comes into the job market. And guess what? And you going to run me my money. Because I'm going to tell you in the interview, listen. Oh, you like that background? 100% correct with it, ain't it, Donna, right? But I'm going to tell them outright, listen, no, I don't know how to do everything. But I know how to do look, I'm just like Liam Neeson. I have a very specific set of skills. I will find you. Listen, that's me. I have a very specific set of skills. I also know that I know how to talk to people. That's what I do know I know how to do very well. And I know I also, I've been a scrum master, project manager. I'm one of those people, I don't mind having uncomfortable conversations at work because guess what? It's work. We're not here to make friends. Listen, you're not doing a very good job right now on X, Y, and Z. And this is the point that we need to get to, right? We're at A, we want to get to point C. So let's talk about what we can do to get to B so we can get to C. You understand? I'm going to make you money provided you pay me money. Y'all better have the same mindset when y'all talking to these damn companies. Because these rich people are fucking greedy. They're greedy. I once worked at a company where I got them to change their health insurance plan. So don't play with me. Okay? I was like, yo, that insurance y'all offer, I'm not liking that. So if y'all keep that, I got to find a new job. If they like your contributions enough and they like your talent enough, they'll adjust. They'll make sure you have what you need. It ain't Trump's fault, though. No, it's Trump's fault. He's a grown-ass man. I'm not going to never let no grown-ass man say it ain't his fault. He ain't no fucking victim. In 1986, made 1.6 hours in 6 months, 1.611. I was supervisor because I knew my worth. Yep, exactly. You got to speak up. What they say, closed mouths don't get fed. That's what I learned. Closed mouths do not get fed. Demand your worth. Because I'm going to tell you something. If you go into those companies and you allow them to lowball you on money, you allow them to lowball you, right? You ain't going to never get your right pay except if you leave that company. They ain't going to never pay you your worth. Because you already lowballed yourself. You already showed that you don't care to be paid your worth. See what I'm saying? So because of that, that's why I'm like, don't do it. Don't do it. You better learn to be strong enough to walk away from some stuff and say, no, I know I'm worth more than that. Because you'll never get it. If you need to move on up, JK, then it's time for you to do that. And I'm going to give y'all a tip. So you can submit your... Let me make sure they still have it before I tell you this. Because this was something I did. And it worked for me. I want to make sure they still have it, though. I'm going to see. Okay, that's fine. Okay. A long time ago, right? I remember. I'm trying to see something real quick. Okay. I'm going to tell you something I did. I don't see the option to do it anymore like this in the way that I did it back in the past, but it's still something worth looking into. Many years ago, Monster.com used to have this option where you can get your resume reviewed for free, right? And they would give you feedback. So I did that, and I liked the feedback I got, so I paid to have my resume professionally redone 10 years ago. That was the best piece of money. It was more than 10 years ago, actually, now that I think about it. No. It was about a little over 10 years ago. Best money I ever spent. And now with the addition of AI, you don't even have to pay places like Monster. Listen, use it to your benefit. Use it to your benefit and rewrite your resume and make it gold, not even gold centered, accomplishment centered. What you accomplished. Don't talk about what you can do. Talk about what you have accomplished. That's what companies care about. Nobody cares that you know that you know how to do, that you know how to make marketing calls. That shit is, nobody cares. What are your results? What have you done? That's the catch. What they say, God was good. He had 5 kids. What are we talking about? Yep, but you got to talk results, though. If you don't talk results, you're going to have a hard time getting yourself in the door. Talk about what you did. Look, they got me looking like, what? What are we talking? What? But these companies now, they're stingy. These companies now are stingy. They don't want to pay no money. They don't want to give up no good benefits. But in order to get it, you got to stay on their ass. There's no other way to get around it. You got to stay on them if you want to get your money. Otherwise, you're never going to get it. I can guarantee you that. I'm not telling you what I heard. I'm telling you what I know. You'll never get the money. Oh, you worked your way up to senior lead training others. See? A company will definitely love you if you bring ideas. They will. But they'll also take advantage of you too. So you got to make sure you get your money from them. Because they'll take your ideas and they'll make money, but they need to compensate you. See, I'm very funny. I don't do other duties as assigned. If I see a job listing and it say other duties as assigned, I won't apply. Nope, you don't pay me enough. This job don't pay enough for other duties as assigned. I need specific duties. I don't do that extra shit. Charity starts at home and I don't live at work. So that it's not going to work for me. I don't do that. Whoa, I just read something that's interesting. They said healthy babies born in Britain after scientists used DNA from 3 people to avoid genetic disease. Listen, listen, I'm all for science, but certain things you shouldn't play with. I don't know about that. I don't know. I don't know about that. Wow. And I want to tell y'all something else too, so that you protect yourself. COVID cases are rising in 25 states. But they say the nationwide activity is low according to the CDC. But these days with our government, you can't really say what you can trust that they say to you. Protect yourself. Wash your hands. Wear your mask when you need to. You think people are still checking the mail for those checks? Shoot. You know my response? They were never getting any Doge checks. All the money that Elon so-called saved, Republicans blew through that with the new budget bill. So it was a wash. All of it was done for nothing. It was literally a wash. It was basically just a way to reduce the size of government and force people out of jobs. You say eugenics are going to be popping off because of the world flirting with outright. Yeah, but see, the problem is, you would think humanity would be smart enough to know that shit doesn't work. When you start messing with nature, it never works. Because what did Jeff Goldblum say in Jurassic Park? Life will find a way. So you can keep fucking with it if you want to. The results that you get will not be what's desirable. You know? It's kind of like one of the reasons why they don't want people marrying people in their family. Because when you're sharing DNA like that, that's never going to end well. That's never going to end well. That's a recipe for disaster. So when we start playing with DNA in other ways, without knowing the impacts of that, that's a recipe for disaster. You know? And then we also have to ask the question, how bad do you want a baby that you had yourself versus just having a baby? You know what I mean? Like, how bad do you really... Like, do you want to be a parent or do you want to just be pregnant? Because those are two different things. You know what I'm saying? And I think a lot of times people confuse those. Yeah, they try to make those things the same. And they're not the same thing. Because there are many people who are parents who never physically had their own children. But they still are parents to children. You get where I'm coming from? So I always look at that. Y'all hear my dog in there. His greedy ass still licking that bowl. He ate an hour ago. Scooby-Doo's still in there looking like, I know it's something in here. Yeah, there's a lot of folks running scared. The problem is you can run, but my grandmother always used to say you can never run fast enough from yourself. That's the problem. And just know, I saw some footage earlier of the guy that Trump appointed to FEMA. He told the FEMA people that work at FEMA, he told them his job is to oversee and execute on Trump's initiative and agenda for FEMA. To peel back what they are doing. You know what I'm saying? And give states the freedom to do it. I want them to. Y'all hear him? He's still in there licking that. Oh. Y'all hear that? He's like, they're crumbs. There's nothing there. He got like the biggest back in this joint. And he's always looking for, you hear him? You hear him? He's like, it's a carrot. It's something in here. No, it's not. He just... he just won't stop. Oh, and then I want to tell y'all one more thing before we wrap up about this Epstein thing. Because y'all going to be like, the fuck? They're saying now that nearly 3 minutes were cut from that Epstein prison footage. 3 minutes. So it wasn't 1 minute. It was 3 minutes. Why? So what's going to be the lie that the government says to us now? What they going to say now? That's how the system works. It cuts 3 minutes out of all videos. Wow. Yeah, they say experts discovered that the system was outdated, revealing footage was stitched together, and a cut fell milliseconds before the nightly reset. That's what Pam Bondi claimed. But the video forensics experts confirmed the edit Wired found, and the footage was assembled using editing software, with the cut occurring exactly at 11:58 p.m., removing about 2 minutes and 53 seconds before the gap. what was in that 2 minutes and 53 seconds. See, Pam Bondi would have come off better not even releasing the footage. You understand how she made a bigger problem for herself? Do you understand? No problem, Miss Thompson. I didn't even see what you said because I was reading the thing at the time. But she created a bigger problem by releasing it. Because now people have more fucking questions. That's why I said Pam Bondi's going to lose her job. Pam Bondi's going to lose her job. Because at the end of the day, I'm just looking to see if there's anything else. Okay, they're saying the video had 3 minutes cut out of it, but the reason why it wasn't noticed because it wasn't affected in the way that it would reflect in the metadata of the video, because they would have looked at that. But in the metadata, you couldn't tell. Yeah, I'm just looking to see if there's anything else with it. And when they reached back out to the FBI to mention about this 2 minutes and 53 seconds missing, the Department of Justice referred them to the FBI. Huh? What? Huh? Y'all, something don't smell right here. Something doesn't smell right here at all. What is going on? What is going on? What happened to the video? What is going on with this case? Pam Bondi, I'm telling you, she's going to be fired. They need to put this on what's that app people use for the games to do the little bets? Because I'm telling you, I would win. I'm telling you, she's going to lose her job. Yes, something ain't clean. Say it again, Nessa. Something ain't clean. There's something here because it just reeks of something being here. FanDuel. Yeah, it's like if this was on FanDuel, man, I would win, man. I'm telling you, she's going to lose her job. But it's something going on here. Keep the pressure on, y'all. We got to keep talking about it. I want to remind you guys, don't forget the new episode of the Straight No Chaser podcast drops tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's going to be on YouTube, Spotify, Patreon. Listen to it. I'm taking it way back in the day. Talking about things that are going to make you feel good. Like, remember the good old days. Cheap apartments, cheap cars, cheap car insurance, cheap clothes, cheap food, cheap vacations. See, youngest, back in the day, you could fly to the Bahamas and get a 3-day vacation, including airfare and a hotel for $250. Man, oh, what a time to be alive. Y'all don't know nothing about that. Y'all don't know nothing about that. That was back in the day when Apple was, I remember that. That was back when Apple Vacations used to do those little quickie vacations for a couple $100. Y'all don't know nothing about that. Oh, what a time to be alive. Oh, what a time. Man, that era is unmatched. My first car was like $200. Maybe it was $400. I don't even remember how much, but it was a hoopty. My first vehicle. We bought hoopties like it was nobody's business. You could literally have a new car like multiple times. That car break down, you just go to the auction and buy another car. You save up. Not that you wouldn't save up, but you would save up and buy another car. You can go buy a real good car at the auction for $500-$600. Hell, if you had $2,000, shit, you was balling. You was balling. See, look, buying lowrider for $100. Stop playing with us. So that's what tonight's episode is about. Taking it back to back in the day when we had it was just a great time and what it was for us. Now, I also talk about how things changed as we move forward, but some of those things that we miss and maybe how we can get some of that back. We needed some of that back. Look at that. Look at middle age. Say, I got a brand new Chevy for $2,500. Man, y'all youngins will never know. Y'all will never know. It'll pop up tonight at 7 o'clock on YouTube. Right at 7, you'll see it. It's technically already there. It just doesn't flip on until 7 p.m. But it's already ready. It was published early yesterday for paid members of Patreon. So the paid members of Patreon, they've had it since yesterday. But it'll pop public for everybody at 7 p.m. today. Man, Impalas were everywhere back in the day. Do you understand how easy and cheap it was to get an Impala? Listen, Miss Thompson, my 425 was in D.C. You was in Suitland. I was in D.C. 425, all utilities included. Right in the city. Shit, right in the city. Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me. Y'all youngins will never know. Y'all will never know what it was like. Man, I could catch a cab in the city, and for $5, I could get all the way from one side of the city all the way to the other side of the city for $5. Y'all will never know. Your car insurance is almost $400. You mean now? Back in the day, that car insurance was cheap back in the day. If you had liability. Full coverage could cost you depending on what you, but if you had liability, shit. You could ride for $25 a month. Yeah, now car insurance is ridiculous. Yep, 50 cents. Hell, Lori, I remember when the bus was a quota. I remember when it went up to 50 cents. I remember when it went up to $1. I remember when it went up to $1.25. Hell, I remember being able to get a Metro Pass for $1. I think it was $1.10, 25 cents. And you could ride on that one subway card all fucking day. Listen. Look at Belicious saying $275, all utilities included in Phoenix, Arizona in the 70s, 80s, and early 90s. Man, what? Say it again, Thompson. Now I do cry for the kids. Because they won't never have that. That's not what they're ever going to have. That's what's unfortunate. Because we were in a position. Now y'all see in movies how people was able to just leave home at 17, pack a bag, and move cross country. That's how. They would pack up their little hoopty with everything in it, take the couple $100 they had, and they could drive wherever they needed to and get where they going and start all over again. Yeah, because it wasn't expensive to live in the way. And quiet as kept, back then, it was still more expensive than it was for our parents, but it was still cheap for us. Look, first house, I remember back then when people could buy homes for $2,000 down. Shit, I remember them days. Hell, I remember when people could buy homes for no money down. Stop playing with it. Long as you had a loan? Huh. I remember. Yep, now both parents are struggling, working full time, and can't handle it. That's why I said it was a different time, but they want us to struggle. We can change it. Let's change it. Seriously, let's change it. Run for office. Infiltrate that shit. Get in there. We can get in there and pass term limits. Yup. Get enough of us in there, we can pass term limits. They in there lying to each other. You create a movement. You come in there with a group of people and y'all got a movement and y'all lie to everybody else, but y'all know what y'all doing. Y'all infiltrate and make it happen. That's what they do. You say your son is working up his $13K for his down payment. Wow, yeah, and it shouldn't even be that way, man. Back then it was cheap. Not only that, I remember you could buy a house, put $2,000 down, and buy the same day you buy the house, you could refinance the house and get equity out of it. Don't tell me y'all don't remember people doing that. Shit, I remember seeing people doing that. I remember that. I don't know if y'all do, but I remember that. I remember. Yep. 1% over the population owns 90% of the wealth. And it ain't even 1%. I would say it's 0.1%. They want us struggling. That's why they buying up neighborhoods. So you have to rent. Yep. People were flipping like crazy back then. Weren't they, see Mandy? Flipping houses like crazy. Y'all think they've been flipping them the last couple years. Back in the day, it was insane. Y'all don't know. So you're going to love tonight's episode. So please check it out, okay? And let me know what you think. Comment on it. Share it with somebody. I want to know what y'all think about it, okay? And I even mentioned that in the episode. I thank you all so much for the likes. Look, we got 32,000 likes this live. I thank you so much. I wanted to let y'all know the live from yesterday, when it was broken up into 2 parts, that has now been put onto YouTube, but it's one long live. I joined it together and cleaned up some stuff. So that's there. This morning's live is there. And I'll make sure to put this evening's live up there as well. So I thank you all so much for the lives. I said the lives, the likes, the shares, the comments, the gifts. I thank you so much. I want to send a shout out to my top gifters. And I'm sorry I missed you in the last live of doing it because that stuff happened with the duet. I still don't even know how that damn thing happened. But I want to send a shout out to my top 5 gifters in the list here. And listen, I appreciate all of your gifts. Even if I don't say your name, I still appreciate you. I need you to know that. Number 1, beautiful Trell, thank you. Number 2, beautiful Kiera, thank you. Number 3, beautiful Cindy, thank you. Number 4, beautiful Miss C, thank you. Number 5, beautiful, I'm assuming beautiful, but let me know if I'm wrong, Middle Age Priceless. And number 6, beautiful BLRlicious. I'm making sure I'm saying that right. Let me know if it's beautiful or handsome. You said you do Pastor Marvin at 7:30. I'll try to do you tonight at 7. No problem. And you don't have to listen to it live. I'm just letting you know it's available at 7. You can listen to that podcast whenever it's convenient for you. But it will be available as of 7 p.m. But you can listen to it at any time. Okay, you are beautiful. Okay, see, I can sense it. I be knowing these things. So I thank you all so much for being here with me today. I will be here tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time as always. I love you so much. And I'm going to tell you like I always tell you. Don't let people live rent-free in your head. Don't feed the trolls, and you can accomplish anything you put your mind to as long as you stay consistent. You're brilliant too, beautiful. Thank you so much. I love you guys. I'll see you tomorrow morning. Have a beautiful, beautiful evening. Peace out, you guys.